friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Olivia, and today I'm not looking my best. I'll just say that. And like you can obviously tell, I'm in my car and I also have a cheeky McDonald's. So basically today was kind of a big day for me, and I will get into why it was a big day, but I basically did something this morning that I have been putting off for like over a year, so no, almost a year probably, but and I feel like I deserved a reward, so that's why we're at McDonald's, and I have just parked in like the furthest corner where I felt like there was nobody that could see me, so I'm like behind the car wash. There's a spa there, so you know, enjoy that lovely view, but I just thought, because I wanted to have a chat with you guys, but I also thought I would reward myself for my achievements this morning by getting McDonald's, so I thought, you know, why not combine the two? So I'm gonna start eating my McDonald's. I will tell you what I got. So we have some chips, obviously, and we have no way, guys, I can't believe this. So we've also got a nacho cheese share box, which I'm not going to eat all of it for the first thing, and second thing, I know what you're thinking, Olivia, you're severely dairy intolerant. Do you know what, guys? I'm not today, okay? So anyway, I got a nacho cheese share box and they didn't give me the dips, right? They thought that was going to ruin my day. You thought that was going to ruin my day. But wait till you see. Do I have 2 sour cream and chive dips in my glove compartment? Do I also have 2 ketchups and a sweet curry? Yes, I do. So they haven't ruined my day. They thought they had, but they haven't. So anyway, here we are. I feel like maybe I'll just get straight into it, because this could be a long chat. So I'm just gonna eat. If that bothers you, then don't watch this video, because it's gonna happen. I also got a Diet Coke and a Smarties McFlurry, because I'm treating myself today, you guys. I've been eating super duper healthy, and I've eaten like no dairy at all for, like, I had dairy like one day last week, but apart from that I've like not eaten dairy for high key like 3 weeks maybe. I feel like I've not eaten dairy for 3 weeks apart from like once a week I have dairy. Does that make sense? Well, it probably doesn't, but here we are. So anyway, I have been really good, and basically what I did this morning was pretty exciting. It wasn't even that exciting, it was just kind of a big deal for me. So anyway, I deserve this. I don't need to justify my food choices. Anyway, here we are. So I'm just gonna eat. Like I said, if that bothers you, do not watch this video, because I'm gonna be eating the entire time. So see these cheese things? They're amazing. I'm obsessed. Okay, so I have no idea how to like start this conversation, so I feel like I'm just gonna have to just do it. And yeah. Okay, so basically I just wanted to have a chat with you guys, because like I think we're just gonna do a little life update, and today's video is gonna be the start of like a little mini series that I want to do on my channel. I'm also sorry if the lighting is like absolutely horrendous. I don't really know what else to do about that. So basically this little series, okay, we'll do the life update first. So basically, for those of you who don't know, obviously coronavirus has been happening, but for those of you who don't know, I finished school at the end of March. okay? And I then got a job at the end of April doing what I do now, which is like community care for the NHS. So most of my friends had a 6-month holiday because of like coronavirus, which for people like my age who are like had just finished school and are going to start uni, and that was quite a good thing because they had time to like reset, refresh, whatever, just take a break and do stuff they wanted to do before then going into like a crazy 4 years of uni. So I didn't get that, okay? Which I'm not complaining about because I'm so glad. I keep dropping these, it's just not the vibe. I'm so glad that I got my job because it has been such an incredible experience and I really genuinely love my job. I'm sorry this sun is like not the one right now. So yeah, like I love my job a lot, I really do, and it has been an amazing experience and I really enjoy it, but I'm quite tired. I'm kind of exhausted because, like I said, it really feels like all my friends have had this nice long summer. Basically, I feel like everyone I know has had this like whole 6 months of, obviously it's had its own challenges, but time to like focus on themselves, reset, refresh, whatever, and I just feel like I haven't had that. And like I said, for those of you that don't know, I got this job the end of April and I've been doing that since, like full time. I've recently kind of gone part time, and then I start uni on the 15th of February. So I'm going to do my nursing training again, for those of you who don't know, but I start my nursing degree on the 15th of February. So between now, so today is the 22nd of October, so effectively I have November, December, January and a tiny bit of February before I start university. I basically have decided that I want this time between kind of finishing full-time employment, because now I'm working part-time, and starting full-time university. I have decided that I really just want to prioritise myself, and I don't mean that in a selfish way. I just mean there are things that I've been putting off for a long time because I have thought, you know, oh, I don't want to inconvenience this person, I don't want to inconvenience this person, and I don't want to, you know, I'm too worried how that'll affect this situation in my life, or this friend that I have, or this parent. And I've kind of just decided that I've had enough of that. Not necessarily I've had enough of it, but I think just like in myself, like I just need to prioritise myself, and basically this all started with me saying I just really want to take this time to like build a really good routine in terms of my health. And I don't just mean physical health, and I don't just mean mental health, I mean like my health as a whole. So there are a lot of things that I'm gonna try and talk about everything that I can remember, but you know, for example, I want to get into a really good routine with my diet and my exercise. That's just one tiny little part of this, but I do really want to get into a good routine with that, because I know that I've been too busy and I've had too much on in my life to try and get a good routine with it, because it's just felt like too much of a challenge to prioritise something like that when really I've had so much else to worry about. And it also feels like once I start uni, it'll be like that again, and I'll just have too much else to worry about, and I'll not prioritise it, and I'll just think, you know, like this, I'll just start uni and I'll think, oh, that was a really long day, I'm really tired, I'm just gonna go and spend 20 quid at McDonald's and that'll be the only thing I eat today. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's unhealthy. And I don't want to do that. But I think unless I get into a really good routine now, while I have the time to focus on it, that is kind of inevitably what's going to happen. So yeah, that's just one example, but I basically just want to spend this time getting myself into a really good place, sort of, I don't know. So okay, I guess I'll just talk about a few things. So the first thing I'll talk about is my diet and like exercise, because I've kind of already touched on it, and I'm not really going to dwell on this, because if any of you saw my Instagram post on like World Mental Health Day, you'll obviously have seen that, and I touched briefly in that about like my kind of, not issues, that's the wrong word, but my struggles surrounding food and like my diet and exercise patterns. And like I said, I'm not going to go into detail on that, because I just don't feel like I need to, and I don't feel ready to. But I just really want to get to a really good place with food and exercise. I want to get to a place where I'm enjoying exercise for the simple fact that I enjoy it, and the fact that I know it's good for me physically. Okay, I know it's good for my heart, I know it's good for my brain, I know it's just good for me. Like, I do not want weight loss or like aesthetic goals to be a reason I exercise. I just don't even want that to be in the picture. And right now it is. So I just want to get to a point where that's not in my mind as like a reason that I'm exercising. Like I said, I want to exercise because I enjoy it and because I know it's good for me. So that's a kind of exercise. So I think I've mentioned this before in videos, maybe I haven't, but I've gotten really into swimming, and I've also gotten really into cycling, which are two things that I used to do a lot growing up, especially swimming. Like swimming, I used to swim competitively, like not at like a really high level or anything, but anyone who knows me knows like swimming was definitely a really big part of my life for a very, very long time. And then all of a sudden I just kind of stopped. I definitely do think the setting in which I was swimming wasn't good for me mentally at all. But I really did enjoy the actual physical activity of swimming. And I would have swam like 5 times a week before school and everything, and it was just a really big part of my life, and I think it was a bit dramatic of me to just stop. Do you know what I mean? Like, I literally just stopped and I didn't swim for so long. But anyway, long story short, recently I've got really back into swimming, and then also back into cycling, which again I feel like is something that I used to do when I was younger for literally no reason other than the fact that I enjoyed it. And my mum's really into cycling, so it was always something I did, like to spend time with her and whatever. So yeah, I don't know. Those are two things, just examples. I've also have gotten back my gym membership, which I've moved gyms, so I've moved to a gym that as part of my membership I can use a swimming pool rather than the gym I was at before. It's just a gym, whereas I thought like there's no point in me paying for a gym membership and then also paying £4 twice a week to swim. So I've got a new gym membership, and I've been really enjoying like spin classes and doing some like kettlebell classes and stuff with that, just like build my strength and whatever. So anyway, long story short, that's my situation with exercise. And then with my diet, like I said, I'm really not going to talk about this for long, because I don't want to, but I just want to get to a really healthy place with food. I'm really, really, really working on intuitive eating, and if anyone doesn't know what intuitive eating is, it is basically just eating when you're hungry. And I just want to get to that point where I eat food because I'm hungry. I don't eat food because I'm bored. I do eat food because I'm sad. I do eat food because I'm stressed. I do eat food because I feel like I should be eating food. And then I also don't not eat food because I feel like I shouldn't. Not eat food because it can make me fat. Not eat food because all my friends don't. Or eat less because I think I should, because I'm eating the same amount as like my brother, who is, you know, a boy. And for some reason I have it in my head, and I feel like it's very much a societal thing, we think that girls should eat less than boys. On paper, in science, yes they should, but in terms of, you know, going out for dinner and making myself feel like crap because I've eaten the same as a guy friend that I'm with, even though we're just out for dinner, like why does that have to matter? I'm really not going to get into this, but anyway, I just really want to get to a healthy place with food where, like I said, I'm eating because I'm hungry, not for any other reason, and I'm also eating food that I enjoy, not eating food. So I want to be eating food, like eating a meal, because I'm hungry, and then the foods that I choose to eat in that meal, I want to eat them because I enjoy them. I don't want to eat them because they're low carb or low calorie, or they're foods that are supposed to aid your metabolism or help with fat loss, or I don't want to eat them because they're foods that I don't know, are like good foods. So yeah, I want to just get to a really, really neutral place with food where like I'm not thinking this food's good, this food's bad, and because ultimately, for me anyway, that just leads to a really unhealthy cycle of like not eating for like a long period of time, and then just binging and eating so much all at once just because I've like starved my body of nutrients, and it's just not a good thing. So like I said, I want to just get to a really good place with that. I also don't want to feel guilty and beat myself up about when I do have times when I treat myself or whatever, because the thing is, right, I am dairy intolerant, but I also really, really love dairy, and I'm not allergic to dairy. It's not doing my actual long-term health any harm when I eat it. It's just short-term, I'm not going to feel very well for a couple of hours, and sometimes I measure that risk and I think it's worth it, and sometimes, like on a daily basis, it's definitely not. Like I said, I literally am eating dairy like once a week at the minute, which I feel like is amazing compared to what I used to be like. Also, I genuinely don't know if you can actually see me at all, so I'm really sorry about that if you can't, but I hope you can. Maybe you can't. Well, here we are. So yeah, basically with like food and exercise, that's the main thing with like, I want to just get into a really good routine of it, because like I said, so once you do something for 30 days, it becomes a habit. That's like a scientific thing to your brain, I don't know. Once you do something for 30 days, it's a habit. You automatically go to do it. You don't have to like think about it as much. I just really want to get into a good routine now while I have the time to focus on it and the time to give myself motivation about it. Focus on that. Is that better? I've just put my little visor thing up there to try and stick the sun away so the lighting's better. Anyway, yeah, so I want to just get into a really good habit so that by the time I start uni, it won't be like, I have to go to the gym, I really don't want to go to the gym, or like, I have to go swimming, or I have to go for a bike ride or whatever. It'll just be like, okay, I'm going for a bike ride today because I always go for a bike ride on a Tuesday. Do you know what I mean? And it won't feel like so much of a chore. I'll enjoy it more. So anyway, so there's that. And then there's other little things which I feel like I don't necessarily need to discuss, but things like getting into a really good place where I am very much focusing my life around my faith. So like, for those of you who don't know, I'm a Christian. I have been for quite a long time, and it is like the biggest part of my life, and I just want to also make sure I'm not forgetting about that throughout this whole process, that I am still prioritizing, like I said, making really good habits of, I'm trying to make myself do my Bible studies in the morning, like first things. I just think that sets me up really well for the day, whereas a lot of the time I'll think like, 20 minutes extra in bed would be so nice right now, like, and I just don't do it. So yeah, things like that as well. and like mindfulness. So I'm really trying to build mindfulness into my everyday routine. I'm trying to do like, I call it a meditation for 5 or 10 minutes every morning. It's not meditation in the sense of what you probably think meditation is and what a lot of people do as meditation. It's not just like sitting in one place being quiet and trying to like empty my mind. It's, the way I do it is like just sitting on my bed for 5 or 10 minutes first thing when I wake up. And if any of you know what morning pages are in terms of journaling, that's kind of what I do, but like verbally. So I do it as like a prayer thing. So I call it meditation, but maybe it isn't really meditation. I mean, to me it is, because to me meditation is just like a mindful period of time that is like focused on being mindful and nothing else. So to me it is meditation, but you can think what you want. So basically what I do is I just sit there and I close my eyes so that nothing distracts me, and I speak like out loud, and I just do like a stream of consciousness thing. And I've talked to a couple of my friends about this. I do this quite a lot when I'm driving as well, and I do, like, I just chat to Jesus, and like it's really, really therapeutic. Like, I just chat as if it's just like my friend, which it is, but like it can be hard to kind of make that connection. So I just chat about literally anything. Like I say, I just do a stream of consciousness type thing. So like literally anything that comes into my head. I've been having some really strange dreams recently, so, but like not strange in the sense of, you know, like I'm an alien or something, like it could never happen. They're strange as in they're like people that are people from my past, or like whatever. They are actual real people and real scenarios that could happen. So sometimes I wake up like really confused about all that. So sometimes I chat about that, or just like whatever is going on in my head, and I just get it out. And then I feel like by the time I've done that, I'm in such a better place, because my mind just feels so much like emptier of things that don't need to be there. So that's another thing. I should have written stuff down that I wanted to talk about, because I've been thinking of doing this video for ages. Okay, I guess something else that I suppose goes along with mindfulness is trying to make decisions for myself about the people that are best for me to have in my life. And I mainly mean that in a social media sense, of like, you know, sort of purging my Instagram feed and that kind of thing of like people who just don't make me feel good, and the kind of people that I watch on YouTube and stuff, like especially in the morning, or especially when I'm eating food at any time. If I'm like watching YouTube while I'm, you know, first thing in the morning, or while I'm eating any meal at all, I don't know why about the meals thing, but I just, you know, that's that. I try and really watch people that make me feel good about myself, and people that don't bring out my own insecurities. So like, I'm not going to give examples actually. Okay, I'll give examples of the good people. So what I mean is like, I want to try and make people who watch people who don't bring out my own insecurities. So there's some people that I watch on YouTube who make the most amazing videos. They seem like the most lovely people. Some of them I know, and they are the most lovely people, but they make me feel quite insecure, and that's not anything to do with them. That's not on them. That's completely on me, because like that's just 100% my fault, because I am very much, I have insecurities, and that's not their problem. It's my problem, obviously. So the reason that these people make me feel insecure isn't because they're toxic people, isn't because they're not nice people, or it's nothing to do with what they're doing. It's just because I have insecurities and they bring them out for whatever reason. So yeah, but there are a lot of people, not a lot actually, but there are some people that I will watch on YouTube who make me just feel so happy, and they make me feel so good, and they don't bring out those insecurities. And those are the people that I'm trying to like spend my time consuming their content, if I am going to be consuming any content. So like, for example, so my two, no, I had three. Who was my third? Yes, I know. My three actually have 4. Yeah, I have 4. Okay, so my first one is Nina Florence, who, if you don't watch her, she's amazing. I really love her. She is just like super chill videos, vlogs, food videos. She's vegan, so she makes like really nice food and stuff. So I really like her videos. And then Unjaded Jade as well, who I never used to watch, but I've gotten into her recently, like in the past few months, and just really enjoy her videos. And another person who, like, she's amazing without bringing out my insecurities. And then the other 2 are ones that, like, I feel like everyone else has loved for so long, and I'm like just getting on the bandwagon here. But it's Ellie Darby and Sophia and Cinzia. So both of them, you might think like that's a bit strange because they're not exactly, you know, the typical like, oh, meditation, mindfulness, vegan food kind of YouTubers, but they just make me really happy. Like Ellie Darby, her little family, like they just are just my favourite, and like she's just been through so much, but the way she carries herself and the way she like lifts up other people, I just really find that lovely. And it just makes me feel like all her little vlogs and stuff, I just feel like I'm having a cozy day with her. It's lovely. And then Sophia and Cinzia as well. I don't watch all their videos. It's mainly their vlogs or their just like kind of chatty videos. I wouldn't really watch like their outfit videos and stuff, but I just feel like you're just kind of with your friends when you're watching their videos. I don't really know. Some of them I like more than others, but they definitely don't bring up my insecurities, and usually I just find myself laughing, and it's just like, it's a good time. So yeah, those are my favourite YouTubers, ATM. And yeah, I'm doing the same with my Instagram because, for obvious reasons, I'm also trying just to spend less time on social media, but that's not something you need me to tell you. So yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say apart from the thing I did today. So it's pretty random. I was a bit like, should I talk about this in this video, should I not? But it's like a pretty big thing, so it's gonna seem so tiny whenever I say it, but okay, basically any of my friends, I feel like we all just like chat about it, so they'll all know, but anyone who doesn't know me that well, or who doesn't know me at all, obviously wouldn't know this, but I have been on the pill, like the contraceptive pill, for, I want to say like 3 years. I've been on 2 different ones. I was on microgynon for a while, like probably about 9 months, and then for the past couple of years I've been on Sorel. So I've been, you know, on and off those 2 different pills, for not for contraceptive reasons, just for like periods, basically. Just like my periods would just, I would be sick, I would faint, I would just bleed really heavily for like about 2 weeks, which honestly wasn't ideal. So I've been on the pill for a while for that, and yeah, but anyway, basically I just don't really think that the one I'm on agrees with me, and because I've tried a couple of different ones, I don't feel like it's a type of pill. I just feel like it's like taking a pill that doesn't agree with me, and to be honest, I wish I didn't have to take one. So I don't like the fact that I have to take a tablet every morning. Every time I take it, I think, oh, I wish I didn't have to take this, and I wish there was like a better way of like dealing with my situation, because I would love for there to be a way that I don't have to like inject my body with hormones for me to still feel like well, but I just can't think of one and my doctor like just doesn't want to be helpful about it. So anyway, I'm just gonna cut to the chase here. Basically, I have been thinking for probably about 6 months about getting the implant. So no, longer than 6 months. I've been thinking about it seriously for 6 months. I've been thinking about it like, as in, I mentioned it to my doctor at the end of last year, and he was like, yeah, okay, maybe, but he was like, you should think about it like a bit better before you just like kind of jump into that, like that's kind of a big decision, whatever. And I was like, okay. And then in like February I kind of thought like, yeah, I want to do this, because everything I'd read was that it had similar effects on your like menstrual cycle to Sorel, which is the pill I'm on. And the way Sorel has worked for me has been really good for my periods, but for the rest of me it hasn't been great. So I've put on a lot of weight. We're just gonna move on from that. I just have put on a lot of weight. I feel like I'm always bloated. I feel like I have quite, not, it's dramatic to say quite bad mood swings because they're not that bad, but I have like been struggling with mood swings kind of more than I feel like I should as like a normal kind of person, and just a couple other things that I just felt like Sorel was just annoying me. And like I said, I didn't like having to take a pill every day, because ideally I would not have to do anything and I would not have to take anything. But I've tried all the supplements under the sun, and I've tried all of the different situations that I could. So the fact is, I need to put these hormones into my body if I don't want to have those effects. So to me, the idea of having an implant, just that I get put in and changed every 3 years, just is better, because I can forget about it. I don't have to like think about the fact that I'm taking a pill every single day. So I don't have to think about it, you know? So anyway, I mentioned it to my doctor, like I said, and then in February I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. So I made an appointment, and then it got cancelled because of coronavirus. So that was fine, because I was like, I understand, whatever. And then whenever the doctors started to like not see people again, because the doctors aren't seeing anyone, which I still don't understand, but they started to like speak to people on the phone, of like phone consultations or whatever. So I have had a couple of scheduled phone consultations that have been cancelled. I've tried to phone my doctor a few times, they've not been available to speak to me. So anyway, I basically just got really fed up with like being messed around by my doctor basically, and I was like I said, I wanted to give myself this like 4 months or whatever between finishing work and starting uni to like do all of these things. And like, for anyone who knows like anything about hormonal contraception, like the pill, the implant, the coil, whatever, it can agree with you or it cannot agree with you, or it can be a bit like iffy for a few months and then it can settle down. So I wanted to get this done if I was going to get it. I wanted to get it done and then have a few months before I started university, just to let my body adjust to it. So anyway, I basically got really fed up of the whole doctor situation. And then my mum actually, I think it was my mum, yeah, said to me like one day, why don't you phone sexual health? And I was like, I'm not sure. Because I was obviously not going for like sexual health reasons, so it just felt a bit uncomfortable to me. I was like, I'm not sure I want to do this, but at the same time I was like, no one else is helping me, I'm not getting any results any other way, so I think I should just do it. So anyway, I phoned them. The lady I spoke to was so nice. She was a nurse, her name was Kim. I love this woman. She was amazing. And she just chatted me through like my options, and she said like, this is your situation, this is what I would suggest, but obviously it's completely up to you. And she was like, if you want, I can put you on the waiting list to get the implant. So I was like, yeah, go for it, put me on the waiting list, and I, you know, whatever. She was like, no, I will warn you, like it probably will be a bit of a wait. And that was probably, I want to say probably about 5 weeks ago, okay? And she was like, but you'll definitely get it this side of Christmas. And I was like, amazing. You know, with the way my doctor was going, I wasn't going to get it ever. So to have it this side of Christmas is still pretty good. So yeah. And basically 2 weeks ago, I got a phone call saying, we have an appointment for you. Do you want to do this? And I was like, what? So basically this morning, I went and I got the implant inserted. And it's in my arm. It's like here in my arm. I've got like a little bandage around it right now, but That's what I did this morning, and I feel like I've really built that up to something massive when it really wasn't. But it just felt like a big moment for me because Sorrel and like the pill and everything, I feel like has just affected me a lot. It felt like a really big thing to finally be taking control of that situation, and it's basically has just felt like something that I've been asking for help for so long with it, and I feel like I've just been being told like, no, you're not that important right now, and to finally just like take control of that situation just felt amazing, honestly. So if any of you have been trying to get in contact with your doctor regarding any sort of contraceptive decisions, even if they are like just to do with periods, like they're not to do with like actual contraceptive reasons, then I actually highly recommend speaking to your local sexual health clinic, because that's the only way that I got any help and the only way I got this. So yeah, I feel like I'm really sharing a very personal life situation on the internet, but do you know what? I wish someone had said this to me sooner, so I'm just sharing this because I feel like there are other people out there in my situation. So I just, if anyone has any like questions, then just let me know. My Instagram will be down below. You can DM me, ask me any questions you want. But yeah, I feel like us gals gotta stick together in situations like this, because ain't no man gonna do it, are they? So anyway, I feel like I've been filming for almost an hour, and I don't really know what else I was gonna talk about, and I feel like there definitely will be something whenever I'm editing this that I'll remember that I wanted to say, but for now that is all I can think of. And yeah, I just really want to say to you guys, like, if you are feeling like just a little bit low, you're just thinking, you know, that it's like too hard to kind of make these decisions and make yourself a priority, the thing is, you just have to do it. And I don't really know what I'm gonna like call this little series, but I basically just thought I would take you guys along in this like journey with me. It's quite funny actually, so like whenever I got my hair done a few weeks ago, that was actually one thing that I have wanted for so long, and like I think I talked about it in that video, but like I've had my hair done so many times wanting to get, and it sounds so stupid because it's just hair, but I've had my hair done so many times wanting this like balayage look, whatever, on this kind of fringe situation, which is pinned back right now because, you know, and I just had so many people mess it up for me, and that was just one thing that I was like, right, if I'm gonna do this whole like, you know, prioritize myself, do the things I've been putting off, then I'm gonna do my hair. So I actually did film in that video, in that vlog, I filmed like an hour of me chatting about this same stuff, and I just didn't include it because it felt really awkward and really unnatural, and the whole time I was like fiddling with my hair and it just felt really strange, and I felt like this was a bit more like, I felt like I was trying to make it too pretty, and the reality of it is this whole thing is not pretty, because you have to make a mess before you can clean it up. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm not sure if any of that made sense, but I just thought that I would like kind of make this a little series, so I'm not sure what I'm going to call it, but this is episode 1, and I guess I'll just like include like different videos in this series. Let me know like what kind of things you guys would think would be interesting, because I want to maybe talk about like food in terms of, you know, like some recipes that I enjoy or am enjoying or do enjoy, and like ways that I am adjusting my diet, and the same way with exercise I can talk about like my kind of, I don't know, ways that I'm altering my relationship with exercise. I could do, you know, like some mindfulness videos. I don't really know. Let me know what you guys think would be interesting to see. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for watching and everything, because it does like make me happy whenever I see people are actually watching my videos, and especially ones like this where I'm like a bit more honest about, you know, life stuff, because those are the kind of YouTubers that I like to watch, and I just think it's hard to, I don't really know, but it just feels like we need more honesty, you know. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. I love you guys so much, and yeah, I will see you next time. Don't forget to leave me a comment of any videos that you think would be good to have in this little series. Okay, I love you. Bye.